Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today I wanted to share a book with you. This book is called Make Ink, A Forager's Guide to Natural Ink Making by Jason Logan. Now, this book was published in 2018, so it is about 4 years old. The copy I have feels fairly new. This book is so many things. So right off the bat, before we even get to the publication page, there's beautiful, serene, sort of like photography spreads that are just incredible. So here is sort of the table of contents. Now, this book is 192 pages, but it feels like, so I am trying to, like, the best way to describe this, it feels like a smaller kind of coffee table book, but with like a curated collection of a dozen ink recipes thoughtfully put together. The photography is just stunning in here, and it's kind of, it's a lower contrast sort of, I don't know how to explain this. It's just very calm and muted, and oh my god, do I want to look through that sketchbook so bad. This is Ink Find. And there's sections on foraging, but again, I just can't get over the photography and sort of the layout of some of these photos. And so here's the forager's checklist portion. And it's just very photo heavy. So this section is on foraging in the winter. And here's making ink. So what is it? How is it made? This is just a very slow, gentle introduction to ink making. And the photos are just very, very beautiful. This is a very matte finish. So here's just the first recipe. This is just a natural basic recipe. It's a very matte finish. These are not glossy photos. I think the contrast has been turned down a little bit on them to make them seem a bit more muted and calming and relaxing. Here's a section on the thickness. It's just like, it's not a heavy read. It's just heavy on photos and enjoying. This is like one of those books where you get in your favorite chair on a super rainy day when you don't want to go outside, and you curl up and you flip through the pages and you just get inspired. This is definitely something that I think is like a collection book, more so just because of the interesting photos. Like, look at this spread. Isn't this absolutely beautiful? So he organizes it by color. So there's a recipe almost per color. This is the black vine ink. He shows you how to make charcoal. Like, how cool is that? If you need something darker, here's oak gall ink. And then he just launches into brown walnut ink. And then a beautiful photo. And then into red. This is pokeberry ink. Some of these things I cannot get near me. So this is blue. I'm not sure where he's foraging, but it's not where I'm at. This is copper oxide, and some of them have different binders. Some of them call for like clove oil. Some of them call for alcohol to keep them from spoiling and going bad. Here's purple. And this one recipe is wild grape. Yellow is turmeric alcohol, which I could probably make that one. We have turmeric in our cabinet. Gray. We don't have any alcohol though. Silver acorn cap. Here's white. This is gypsum white. That's from a stone. Here's green. In the white one, he talks about drywall, so maybe you can make it from construction supplies. Here's sap green, pink, safflower pink ink, and then there's ink tests. So, and then it just launches into a bunch of beautiful photos of all the different ink tests. And the page is just like, it's so minimal but clean, and you're just solely focused on the ink. This is just a really nice presentation of different ink swatches and splotches that are absolutely beautiful. I think this is such a beautiful way to do this. And again, this is a very photo heavy book. It's just absolutely beautiful. I believe it retails for $30 US. I will link it in the description box. Again, there's just a lot of beautiful swatching. This is just one of those really relaxing books. So he did a collaboration with other artists, so I will show you some of the things they came up with when testing out the ink. Aren't those fun? And it has which artist and the title at the bottom. Isn't that pretty? It's just a very relaxing book. And then it does something really interesting. At the end, there is an interview with Michael Odaje, and he wrote The English Patient. So this interview is about 8 pages, and it's about him and, you know, he was born in Sri Lanka. He's considered, you know, a Canadian poet, fiction writer, essayist. I will include a Wikipedia page about him. It's a very interesting interview. Yeah. Here's some of his sketchbooks with inks. And then there's a little history, a timeline of ink for those who love history. And then more beautiful photos. I can't with this book. It's so beautiful. Glossary of terms. Additional resources, acknowledgments. And then look at his sink. Isn't that a stunning photo of a sink? Isn't that silly? I love that so much. And there's what his desk might look like. You know, some of his busy days when he's making things. And then there's the back page of it. And there's the back of the book. It's not like a super huge, tall book. You know, but it definitely has the feel of a coffee table book. With these just really, really beautiful photos. And this is the author in these photos. And I just wanted to share this with you. If you are looking to give a book to an artist or something this holiday season, and they really like having their own sort of inspirational book library at their home, this is a book worth purchasing because there are 12 recipes that can be used. There is an interview, there's a little timeline, and it's just really, really beautiful to look at. If this is something that you don't think you would use a lot of just because you would want the recipes and then that would be it, then this would be something I would recommend you contact your local library and see what their purchasing program is and see if they are willing to pick this book up, because it is absolutely worth just sitting and enjoying the photography and all the little anecdotal things and the paragraphs about everything. So I really hope you enjoyed this book. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.